Hello. Happy Sunday. It's daylight savings time. A real talk. I actually thought that I slept in this morning. No, it's just that we skipped an hour ahead. So I was up at 4:15 this morning. Normal time, 5:15. New time, because in Oregon, we do daylight savings. It's really stupid. I don't even know why. Anyway, 11 weeks out yesterday, and we're feeling good. We didn't make any changes this week. I hit a new scale low earlier this week, and then I kind of plateaued, and I've been staying at the same weight. So that's fine. I can see changes happening, so I am just really trying to go off that. I'm gonna get an in-body scan this week, just see where we're sitting. Hopefully we have preserved all the lean tissue that was measured back in January, and we'll be going from there. And if that's the case, my stage weight is gonna be vastly different than last year at the same body fat percentage that I was last July. So that's where we're at there. I, this week, had some down days, and so that doesn't happen to me very often, but a lot of you kind of reached out because I mentioned on my Instagram that I just had some days where I was on the struggle bus, captain of the struggle bus right here. And so prep is full of ups and downs. I don't care who you are. You can have the best prep. Everything could be going like clockwork. You're still going to have emotional ups and downs. It's just the nature of dieting. It is. And for most of us, we are in prep for weeks and weeks and weeks. I started prep January 6th this year. Last year I started it December 27th, and I ended July 29th. So that is a very long time to be dieting. And it's just, if you don't have ups and downs, you are a magical unicorn, and I don't know how you do it. But for the majority of us, 99.999% of us, we have ups and downs. And so this week that happened to me, I had 2 days where I just felt like death. Cardio felt excruciatingly long and hard. My body felt drained. And every rep felt heavy. 15 pounds felt like 50 pounds. And there was literally one day where I was just I don't know if I can lift weights. I don't know if I can physically lift a weight right now. I feel like I need to lift 1 pound dumbbells. That's how awful I felt. And so when that happens, I have learned to do a couple things. One, when we're down, a lot of people tend to just allow that to spiral, and it's kind of the natural instinct to do that. And we're on top of the world one day, and then all of a sudden it's we've crashed and burned, and now the world is awful, and we're just going to throw everything out the window. Please don't do that. I have found just our coaches need to be objective with us. We need to be objective about our emotional roller coaster of dieting and prep. And so what I do is I look at the root cause, and I try to do some kind of investigative detective work. So the first thing I do is I determine what has changed, if anything. I look at my food. My food's very consistent right now. I am literally eating the same things every day by choice, and so that's not a factor. My water is on point every single day, and that's just a consistent habit I've made, so that's never really a factor for me. I don't struggle getting my water in. My sleep has not changed. My digestion is on point. Work stress is steady, so it hasn't increased or decreased. So for me, I kind of, being a female, I looked at the time of the month and I thought, I wonder if it's hormones. Are there any other signals to me that this could be a hormonal shift? Yes, my face broke out this week, you can kind of tell. I tend to get a slight headache. I don't really have hormonal symptoms for a cycle necessarily, but every couple months I'll get this, I call it a halo headache, where it's just there and it hasn't really hit me yet. And I was kind of ignoring it, but it was there. And so I thought, okay, if this is a hormonal shift, then I just have to ride this out and it's gonna be fine. I don't need to jump to conclusions. I don't need to do anything drastic or crazy. I just need to be kind to myself and understand that this is totally normal and it's my body and I just gotta go with it. So that is what I did. The day that felt like death in the gym, I took it really light because I just didn't have the energy to push weight and I wasn't gonna be stupid and throw around weight when my body wasn't in it, and that's how injuries happen. So, and lo and behold, now I feel great and I took a couple days and my hormones have come back up. Other times we get down are when we are at a certain time, like weeks out, and we start comparing to the people around us. That's super easy to do, especially with social media, or if you lift at a gym with competitors. We start looking at other people. Where are they at? They look leaner than me. What's their weight? Oh my gosh, they're the same height as me and they're 10 pounds less than me, or they're 5 pounds more than me. Do I have enough muscle? Oh my God, right? Like all this stuff starts going in our heads. So I talked about this before, but be in your own prep. It is great to support those around you, and I think it's necessary. Our bodybuilding community is amazing, and that's what we're here for. We're here to support and encourage each other, but you need to be able to be objective in the fact that everybody's bodies are different, and you cannot compare yourself to someone else. I don't care if they're the exact same height as you. I don't care if they look like you. I have multiple friends that are all blonde that in my same height class, and I am not comparing myself to them. I don't want to and I don't care. I love you guys, but that's not what it's about, right? Like, I'm not the one judging. The judges will judge when it's their time. So all I can do is focus on myself. Comparing will take away the joy of what you have built in your own physique. Do not do it. Don't do it. It's stupid. Learn how to support those around you from an objective point of view, and everyone will be happier. I promise you. The other thing that I tend to do when I am at a low point is I find my safe space, and that is kind of what I call my friends who I can go to who also prep, that I can just talk through what I'm going through at that moment. And I call them my safe space because there's no judgment. They know what I'm going through. They are probably going through it themselves as far as prep, and we can just kind of talk it out, and I can be real, and you can have that like mini meltdown moment, and then they kind of like help you work through that and work out. So have a safe space, have someone you can go to that you can just kind of like verbally vomit all of your stress and your low to, and then help work you out of it. The last thing that I tend to do is write, and I journal, and I just get my thoughts out on paper, why I'm feeling this way, anything that's going through, like doubts, hesitations, anything like that, and then I reread it after I'm done. And most of the time you read what you wrote and you go, oh my God, why am I even thinking that way? Like, you kind of see how like disillusioned you are. But journaling is really important. I encourage my clients to journal all the time. Not only the positives, but the lows too. Like, why did I do this? Why am I feeling this way? Why am I doubting myself? What is the cause of it? Where's this stemming from? That's kind of like the psychology background in me, that behavior, modification, but it's really helpful. And a lot of pro bodybuilders journal not only, their thoughts and their feelings and their moods and their all of these things, but, their food and weights and all of that stuff. So I encourage you to document your journey, because it's always interesting to look back on, and you can kind of, a lot of us have patterns that we don't really like acknowledge. So those are my tips for hopefully getting through those low points. We all have them, and just know that you're not alone. We all have those times where it's like, I don't like this. I think I should be further ahead. I should be at a lower weight. I should be leaner. I should be bigger. I should be whatever you've created in your head. You have to be able to be objective and work through them and get out of that spot and figure out where those things are coming from. Hopefully you have a coach that is honest with you as well as supportive together. Honest, supportive, objective, but also encouraging. You got to have both. So we don't need to be built up with rainbows and butterflies if that's not what's going on, but we also need someone to tell us to like put our head down and grind and like get through it and stay positive. So every day is not going to be magical unicorns of like happiness, but we can acknowledge what we're going through and get through it so that we can get back to a higher point in our mood and in our mentality. That's all I got for you. We're heading into 10 weeks out. Holy cow. I'm so excited. Guys, I'm ready. I'm ready for Chicago. Like, roll ready. So ready. I'm happy with the shape that my body is creating, and again, I'm really excited to see the in-body scan because I was able to maintain from like October to January my lean tissue mass, and my body held on to and actually grew into my shows last year. I feel like we're gonna do that this year too, which is super awesome. And again, when you train with intensity and you're smart with your food and you just are patient and you're not doing extremes, your body is like this amazing machine of awesomeness. That's what it is. Yes. All right. Also, P.S. This new Sand Thermal Warrior Fuel is like my favorite thing ever, and I have my new shoes on. Look at that. Rose gold. They're awesome. They're like clouds on my feet. They're so cool. I bought some other ones, and I am an idiot, and I forgot that my feet have shrunk. My feet have shrunk since I've started competing. No joke. I was solid an 8, and now I'm like a 7.5 in half of my shoes, and I forgot that. So I'm super bummed. I got these really cool maroon Nike, I can never pronounce it, so I'm not gonna try, these shoes. And I put them on and I was like, why do these feel big? And then I looked at my white ones that my brother got me for Christmas like 2 years ago. Oh, and they're 7.5. So I'm gonna have to return them, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm really bad at returning things. I like don't do it, and then I just like put the box in my closet and like they're there. So I need to do that. Also, shout out to my brother because he told me I needed to say this, that he is awesome, and he is. I love my brother. He's so cool. He's actually the reason why I got into bodybuilding. No joke. 2010. He was ridiculous. I'm not gonna throw a picture because he might get mad at me, but yeah, my brother is why I even had this idea in my head of competing. I think I've talked about that before. But anyway, Adam, you're awesome. You guys are awesome. I am gonna go eat. Yes, so hungry. Hungry, not gonna lie. Okay, have a great Sunday. Have a great week. If you're in prep and you're feeling down, you can reach out to me. I can be your safe space if you want me to, but keep your head positive, and guys, let's do this. It's gonna be a great year. Make it a great year. Yes, okay. Happy Sunday.